What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. We have the Smith Wesson M&P 357 SIG out again today, and we're going to be doing some limp wrist testing. What is limp wrist testing? Well, basically, to make a long story short, is when you don't have a perfect grip on a gun, anything less than perfect or anything that's weak-handed. So an example of limp wrist test or limp wristing would be maybe having too low of a grip on the gun. Maybe you didn't get a perfect draw when you needed to do that under some sort of a stress situation. Or maybe you just don't have a good grip on the gun. You're literally just holding it loosely where it's able to pretty much have play in your hand. When you pull the trigger and the gun goes off, it's going to rock and roll instead of being nice and stiff in your hand and reciprocating the slide like it's supposed to. So either way, if you have a loose grip and it doesn't fully have the support that it needs to reciprocate and do its physics thing that it does to chamber the next round, or maybe even get the round in the chamber out of there, the empty extracted, or if you're too low, it can definitely lever itself up too much. It gets really flippy, and the same thing, the slide's not able to do the action that it's designed to do with the specific weight of recoil spring that's set in there to cycle the ammunition range that you're typically using with any given caliber. So this is 357 SIG. We have a box of Lawman, which is representative. Lawman usually makes their ammo to be pretty equal to defensive ammo, at least their defensive ammo. And their defensive ammo is usually no joke. So this represents most of your defensive handgun ammo's power rating. So with that said, I'm gonna go to the backstop. We're gonna get very close, and I'm gonna progressively get a worse grip on this gun, and I'm just gonna fire a magazine through it. This holds 15 plus 1. I will put the plus 1 in there for a 16 round total, and I'm gonna see if I can get the gun to choke up. I am trying to get it to choke up by getting a worse and worse grip on it. Some people say, you know, this is pointless testing, and I really don't think so. I think this is really important because there's going to be a lot of times in defensive situations that you might just not get a perfect grip on a gun. Now, not to knock the gun, but if you do want to see an example of a gun that will definitely trip up, we have a limp wrist test of a Glock 17. That gun trips up repeatedly with 9mm ammo, and that's a shame because it's a very popular gun and a lot of people own it, but it is prone to limp wristing. Trust me, most people won't even believe it. They'll watch the video and they still say that I'm doing some kind of magic trick. The Glocks do choke on a limp wrist every now and then. Let's see if this gun specifically, the M&P 357 SIG, let's see if it is susceptible. 15 plus 1. So we have kind of a low light situation going on. You can't really tell because the camera picks up more light than is visible to us, but it is getting pretty dark out here, so keep in mind that's part of the flash. Now I'm gonna be directly up against the backstop, and people have asked me repeatedly, why do we go so close to the backstop? What's the point? And that's because if something goes wrong and this gun doesn't shoot completely straight, I don't wanna miss the backstop and send a bullet who knows where, so we get right up to it. So I'm gonna start with a really good grip. I'm gonna get my hand nice up here tight in the back strap. I'm wrapping around. I got my thumb flagged up for support. I'm gonna lay this hand in here and I'm gonna clamshell it. I'm gonna push just a little bit here. I have a really good grip. We're gonna start with just one shot and see what happens. I'm gonna lower my thumb a little bit so I don't interact with the slide, so I don't get commented out of oblivion there. So there's where my finger is, there's where my hand is. One shot. Pretty loud, pretty bangy, pretty flashy, but it reciprocated. Now I'm gonna take this hand away and I'm gonna go with just one-handed shooting, but I still have a pretty firm grip. So I'm gonna loosen up a little bit, come down a little bit lower here. It's still reciprocated, should have a new one in there. I'm gonna go even lower. So this is now making the gun able to tilt in my hand like this. So you see all that muzzle rise, but it's still cycled. I'm gonna get even lower and I'm gonna start to loosen up my grip here now. And this would probably be a good time to remind you guys to not try this at home. We are on a closed range in a safe environment. As you can see, it's functioning pretty well. Now, I can't get much lower. All I can do is kind of loosen up my grip. I'm gonna be two-fingered grip, and I really can't loosen up anymore without totally dropping the gun. Other than knocking my ears out being so close to the backstop, nothing is going wrong so far. I will get absolutely as low as possible for just a terrible grip. I'll do it with my left hand, which will be even lighter. And that actually hurts my wrist. That has so much flip to it. It's kind of crazy. I'm not going to do that again because I have bad wrist. It locked open on the last one. There you go. Like I said, very valuable information in my opinion. We now know that at least this example, which should be most examples of the M&P 357 SIG, the original. This isn't a rechambering. This is the original from the factory, the 1.0 version. At least we know that this one itself will not have a problem with limp wristing. And that's significant because 357 SIG is not light ammo. Like I said, when that one shot I took with my left wrist right there, or my left hand, it popped my wrist pretty good. That actually hurt. So to have substantial ammo and not be susceptible to limp wristing, double awesome. Hope you like these type of videos, and thank you for watching this video. And until we see you next time, stay safe, have fun, and keep shooting.